Before we can put together the clarinet, we have to know the different parts of it. So the first part is the mouthpiece, and then we go down to the barrel, and then the next one is our first joint, and then our second joint, and then the bell. The other parts of the clarinet include the ligature, which I keep in a little box in my case. It looks like that. It's silver, which will go over your mouthpiece and keep the reed on it. And then I have my reeds. So you'll put a reed on your mouthpiece. And then something that you'll probably use as well is cork grease. I like to build my clarinet starting from the bottom up, so we are going to start with the bell. It is the bottommost part of the clarinet, and it gets its name from its shape. The part that goes into the bell is the second joint, which is on the bottom. And you know that it goes on the bottom because of the cork on the bottom only. And on the back of it has the thumb rest for when you're holding it, so that all of the weight is not just on your front fingers. So you're going to take the bottom part of the clarinet, and you're going to make sure that you don't clamp down too hard on that bar, because that has a screw in it that holds your clarinet together. So you're just going to gently take the two parts and twist them together. You're not going to force them together. You're going to gently twist them. And if they don't go together right away, that's okay. You can just take some cork grease. It's almost like chapstick. And you're going to rub just a little bit on the cork part of the clarinet, just like I'm doing here. Nice and gently. This allows the pieces to fit a little bit better together. Now that I put the cork grease on the cork of the second joint, I am going to put it back into the barrel, and this time it's going to be just a little bit smoother than the first time I put it. And that's what the cork grease is for. So now we're going to set down the bottom half of your clarinet, and you're going to pick up the top joint. The top joint has two different corks on it, one at the very top and then one at the bottom, which is where it connects to the bottom joint. You can tell that this is where you connect it to the bottom joint because of the four little keys down here at the bottom, which go over that cork. There's also a special part of the clarinet called the bridge that you have to be very careful about when you put it onto, like when you put the two parts together. That can get caught, so you want to make sure that you're going to press down your D key all the way up there so that the bridge goes up when you put the two parts together. So as you can see, I'm being very careful that the top joint bridge goes over the second joint bridge as I put them together. And they fit together just like that. Now, putting this together was a little tough, so I'm going to use cork grease again. And as you can see, it's going to make putting the two joints together a little bit easier. So now we have most of the clarinet put together. All that's left is the barrel, which is going to go at the top of the top joint. Just twist it on nice and gentle like that. And then you're going to pick up your mouthpiece, and you're going to make sure that the flat side, which is the side that your reed goes on, as you can see it's flat and it has the hole in it, that part is going to face you when you play, so it's going to face the back of the clarinet. So now the back of the mouthpiece, as well as the keys on the very back and the thumb rest, should all be in line. You're going to take your ligature out of its case, and you're going to pick the reed that you want to play. You're going to set your reed up onto your mouthpiece, like so. And then you're going to put your ligature over top of the reed, being very careful to make sure you don't accidentally put it onto the reed and break it. Just going to slide right over the reed just like that. You can turn it around, make sure that the reed is in the right place, and then tighten the screws just a little bit. And there we go. We set up our clarinet.